Hello and welcome. My name is Campbell and this is Spiral Up, where we talk about practical things you can use to improve your life and get more of what you want. And today I wanted to talk about the mindset of reality, and that's just the way it is. So let's get into it. That's just the way it is. It's just reality. We hear these kinds of sayings, quotes, sentences, thoughts all the time. And especially when you want to go outside the box. When people want to do things differently and they want to, go for their goals basically and not fit into the paradigm of just, getting a job for 40 years and then dying basically. Society jumps up, the Mr. Smith complex. Everyone sort of suddenly jumps up and says, well, and they all say, they're just trying to help you, we're just trying to protect you. No, they're not. But what they say is, look, it's just reality. You're just here, you can't do that. Some people can, some people you can't. And they give you all these reasons why you'll fail and why you can't do it. Now, what they're doing is they're projecting on you. They're telling you why they believe they can't do it. So, when people talk to you like this, don't listen to them unless they've achieved what you want to achieve. It's like if you have a problem with your lights, you don't go and ring up your gardener and get advice, do you? But so often with our lives, the most important things, our decisions of what we want to do, we take advice from people who really have no place at all giving advice because they have done nothing. They have not achieved. They have not put the work in or the effort to change their lives and go for their dreams. So who are they to advise anyone on how to go about getting your dreams and especially on why they shouldn't? So that's definitely something I want to get across is this is all projecting. When people are telling you stuff, they're telling you how they see the world because they can't. We can't say anything different. We can't see the world from another person's perspective. We can only ever see it from our perspective, which means that the advice that people give is only ever good advice for them. That's why when you're looking for answers, looking for information, you should always get many points of view. Unless you've got 2 points of view, you can't make a decision. If you've only got one point of view, that's someone telling you something. That's not deciding. So you need at least two, but even then, the more the better is what it is. So the more information we get, the better decisions we make. And also the more that they're our decisions, the more that we actually make the decision. It's not us asking for advice and basically making someone else's decision, just taking their decision and pretending it's ours, which is what happens so often. And we see the results of this. People listen to everyone and they sort of do what they think is right and everything, and they don't end up where they want to be and they don't end up happy. So that's the old paradigm. That's gone. We need to wipe that off the slate because this whole, it's just reality. That's out the door, guys. Look what happened last year. What is reality anymore? Like, seriously, what is reality? There was some weird stuff going on last year, and I don't just mean with the, the MSN and the whole V thing going on, and the whole, fear factor that they were just pouring on the fear and everything else. Apart from all of that, other stuff was going on last year, Things were changing. People's attitudes were changing. People's perspectives were changing because most of us got given time off. A lot of us got given a lot of time off because we lost our jobs. I lost my job. So hopefully, if you did that, you use that time well. I know a lot of people sat around watching Netflix. Apparently, that's what they tried to tell us, but they tried to tell us lots of things, didn't they? Because the world is now a different place. It's a different place. There was also some weird stuff going on with time. towards the end of last year. So just obviously we changed age, obviously from Pisces to Aquarius. So there was a lot of astrological forces at play on Earth, as above, so below, all that kind of stuff. And so reality, if someone now says to you, look, that's not realistic, well, what's realistic? What? Everyone being locked in their house? So that's all out the door, guys. We're in a new paradigm. So if you do, have these thoughts, holding yourself back, because that's what you're doing, that's what they do. They hold yourself back, you say, oh, that'd be a great idea, and then you talk yourself out of it. Your mind, we have a couple of voices in our mind. We have the voice that's going pretty much all the time. And if you don't know what voice I'm talking about, it's the voice that right now is saying, what voice is he talking about? And then we have a quieter voice, which is, it gives much better advice, but it's quieter. We need to be in a quieter, different energy and focus to listen on it, to listen to it and get the messages. But because of, and this is also, why the world was like it was and why it was so chaotic and we were so time poor and made to do things we didn't want to do and spend time in jobs instead of, with our families and all this kind of stuff. It put us in a place of, confusion, basically, because we were always looking, for what was true and what was right and how to get out of this problem, of our own problem as far as how do I make my life better. And so that, diverted our attention from what's the bigger picture here, what's really going on. And this is they put that in overdrive in 2020. It was all fear and confusion because they didn't want people to see what was going on. But luckily, a lot of people did see what was going on, and it got spread like wildfire, and we got onto them pretty quickly. And so, as far as that whole thing and the deep state, big things are going to happen in the next few days. I'm recording this January 5th, so big things will happen, up to the end of this month. But, we've won. Good has won, evil's lost. And now reality is what you want to make it, because in the old age, the age of Pisces, that old age, ages ago, and it was a different world, wasn't it? Seriously, think of life in 2019, 2018. I mean, can you even think of it? Did it even exist? Wow, what a ride. So many things changed. But this is the thing, they were controlling our thoughts through education, the media, and of course, peer pressure, societal pressure, holding us down and telling us what we should do and exactly where our box is. But that's all gone. That's gone, guys. So now we're going to be given a power that we haven't had access to for a while, and it may seem simple, but to be able to have our own thoughts and to think for ourselves clearly, to have a mind that's calm and at ease, that can see bigger pictures rather than being, worried about paying bills and feeding families and what time do I need to be at work and all this kind of stuff. With all that gone, we can now create what we want, because as I said before, they use our thought power, or they were last age using our thought power to create the world that they wanted. That's what all the media was, the movies, the songs, the news, and education system, all this kind of stuff, advertising. It was all to make us think what they wanted us to think. But now that that's gone, we get to think what we want. So this world is going to change very quickly because, as I said, we're the creators. We create reality. We create reality. They don't. The parasites don't. We do. We're the power, and they know that, and they've lost the power because they've lost control of our thoughts, of our minds. And we're back in control. We're back in the driver's seat. And we have, we've always had freedom and of choice. That's something that no one can ever take away. But we're going to really have true freedom of choice because we're not going to be clouded so much by all this other information, all these other perspectives and, do this, don't do that, this is right, this is wrong kind of stuff. The world will turn from, a lot from the black and white world, the right and wrong, do this, don't do that world, to much more, inclusive, I want to say rainbow, but rainbow is in the sky rainbow, not attached to any movements or anything like that. But yeah, it's going to be, a kaleidoscope of colour, of thought, of doing whatever you want, because it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be accepted. Weirdos unite, right? It's all us weirdos. People are going to start questioning, asking us about things and why we think this and what we're into, rather than sitting and laughing at us. And everyone else will have the choice to create lives and to see the world in a new way. So, yeah, if you're telling yourself that you can't do things because of, your age or your social or economic position or whatever, health conditions, whatever it is, guys, it's just an excuse. It's an excuse. That's what it is. An excuse. So don't use it anymore. Make it your ex. Don't use that excuse anymore, the excuse. Because all we ever do when we use excuses is hold ourselves back. And all we ever do when we try and hold others down is we hold ourselves down. Because we're the creators. Whatever we put out comes back to us. And there was so much division last age thrown at us, and all this war and all this, this group, that group, this race, that race, this religion, that religion. We get to choose now that doesn't matter. Everyone gets to be who they want to be. The only rule in play now is do no harm. Let's all get together and make this the world that we wanted it to be, that we all deserve. So I think that's my message, is take control, guys. The world's changed. There is no reality. There is no, be practical. Don't be silly. You can't make that. What if you fail? All that's out the window. It doesn't exist anymore, because fail at what? That there's nothing. There's no society left. But it's gone. It's crumbled. We get to build a new one. This is what's happening. With everyone out of work, it's time to start building businesses that are based on our gifts, on our passions, on what we love to do, on what we're meant to do, on what we're good at. Let's get some leaders that, in the last age we had politicians, and we had, like you'd have the head of education would not be educated in education. They would not have an education degree. They'd be a lawyer. Same thing with health. Not a doctor, not a dietitian, a lawyer. And that was the problem, right? We need the right people for the right jobs, rather than being told where we need to go and what we need to do. So I think I'm rambling. So that's the message, guys. New reality, new world, new age, new opportunities, a new way to see the world, a new way to see yourself, and new decisions to be made, new actions to be taken. It's all at your feet. Whatever you want is yours. All you have to do is take it. Okay, guys, so thanks for spending some time with me. And remember, look inside yourself, because there is greatness in there. Bye for now.